Company is in expansion mode. They have approved the setting up of 2 new plants in West Bengal at a total cost of close to about 50 crore. Arup Thakur, the CFO of the company, joins in on the phone line. Good afternoon, Mr. Thakur, and thanks so much for joining in. Both these plants that you're setting up in West Bengal are for captive use. So if you could tell us the benefit that you will see on your margins, because there will be a spend of close to about 50 crores. So if you could walk us through the cost-benefit analysis, how you see it.
Well, there are two different plants. One is for our PET bottles, that is for 100% captive consumption. So that we are putting it up at Asansol with a cost outlay of around 20 crores. So it will be having a production of around 10 lakh bottles per day. Entirely all these PET bottles shall be used for our own consumption. So now, as you know, we are into liquor and also edible oils.
Correct.
So in liquor, along with glass bottle, we are using PET bottles also. And in FMCG segment also for the edible oil, we are using PET bottles, right? So definitely there will be cut on the cost, and there should be substantial addition to bottom line. So definitely for that we have taken plans to set up our own PET bottle plant.
So now you have approved, right? So Mr.
Now
Thakur,
we procure it from outside.
Correct. So now you have
total.
Yeah, just to get you some financial details, you're doing all this for better margins and better profitability, and this could come on stream when in the next 2 years?
No, it should be coming, will be operative within next 6 months.
Next 6 months, great. All right, so it's around 50 crores. How do you fund this? Your market cap currently is around 300 crores. What's your debt picture?
This is 20 crores. 20 crores is for our PET bottle plant.
Correct.
And in Dankuni industrial area, there we are planning to put up a oil extraction plant, rice bran oil solvent extraction plant.
Right.
So which will having a production capacity of 200 MT per day. So that will cost outlay will be around 30 crores. So taken together both of them, it is 50 crores.
Correct.
And out of maybe we'll be going in for some term loan component, from the bank. So since we are now into under consortium finance for our working capital tie-up, maybe with the existing banks will be approaching, and we hope to get funds from the bank, and our margin definitely from our own plowback will be funding our margin.
So, Mr. Thakur, what is the current debt on your books, long-term debt as well as working capital, and how would it change post this 30 and 20 crore capex that you've lined up?
No, well, taking into account the profitability as well as we are also having some plans for preferential allotment of equity shares.
Okay.
So debt equity should be well within two.
Okay, but if you could give us the absolute numbers on debt, and if you could throw more light on the preferential allotment of equity, who would it be done to, and what would be the amount that you will raise?
This is around close to 50 crores we are planning to raise, and there are pre-identified investors.
Okay.
So around some corporates, and of course our promoter, Mr. Manoranjan Rai, he will be also acquiring. So exact numbers are there. So around 50 crores that will be funding. I mean that will strengthen our equity base. And so taken together this as well as our profitability part, so debt equity will not be over 2.
All right, Mr. Thakur, I want you to explain a couple of things to me. Your PAT number for last year was good. It was 44 crores. Am I right on that? Around 44 crores? Right. So, but the cash in your books is not going up. The cash in your books last year was only around 50 lakhs. Why is that, sir? The cash in the books only 50 lakhs. And the second point I want to point out is your long-term borrowings are at around 65 crores, but yet you're giving long-term advances of around 31 crores. Explain us, sir, both these two factors. The cash that's being generated, I don't see that reflecting the path that's of around 44 crores, that's not reflecting the cash. And also in spite of having a long-term borrowing, yet you're giving long-term advances.
No, long-term borrowings is basically, it is from Mr. Roy only. That's unsecured loan, and it is not bearing any interest. So our promoter, Mr. Manoranjan Rai, he has pumped in that money into the company. So that you can consider as quasi-equity.
Quasi-equity.
Since it is, non-interest bearing. And regarding this cash component you're saying, that is normally within the business cycle, the way it happens, that way it has been reflected there.
But it's difficult to understand, sir, when you're making a profit of 40 crores odd and it's not reflecting in the cash in your books, you know, that's, I mean, in normal business cycle is what you're saying, but otherwise, sir, at some point of time, it should start reflecting in your books. Also, sir, you said that you're getting this...
No, see, holding idle cash doesn't mean that much of logic. And since we are already into the having cash credit lines from the bank, so naturally we have to rotate our sale proceeds to the bank account only. It is not, I mean, we try to reduce the cash component as low as possible.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Thakur, and all the best for the coming quarters. We need